Hey guys, welcome back to AT Gameplay, and we are back with Cinderella Phenomenon. So, we are apparently in the Marchen, I believe because Rod brought us back to tell Delora he wants us out of the palace. So, we'll see what happens next. I'm wondering, yeah, I don't know what I was going to say, so just ignore it. Anyway, here we go. Rod sighs. He clearly looks irritated, but he doesn't put a voice to his agitation. Now that we are alone in the empty room, the silence is deafening. Oh, okay, question already. And so I ask him the question that has bothered me since we came here, which is, why do you want me out of the palace? The further away you are from my family, the better. I glare at him. Your reaction is completely unwarranted. I am trying to make up for what I have done in the past, only because you are being forced to. Why should that make any difference? Besides, I'm still willing to help you break your curse, even though it appears you do not want to. I do not realize the anger inside of me at first, and then I notice that my hands are fists and that I am shaking. You are angry at me for treating your family with unkindness, and yet you do not treat me with any respect or kindness either. Excuse me? I realize that this is the angriest I have felt in a long time, and it makes words fall out of my mouth. You are guilty of the same disrespect you hold me accountable for. We are both being cruel to family, aren't we? It's funny how she says that. When she said that, the opposite what he's saying to her, to his family. Rod's eyes are ablaze as he stalks toward me. He stops right in front of me, his mouth pressed into a firm line. You. Messed up, try again. As you are so fond of telling Emmeline, we do not share any blood. The only thing pulling us together is the king, and you do not share his morals. Remember this, Lucette. You will never be part of my family, and I will never see you as a sister. Rod storms out of the reception area just as Delora enters. Sorry, looks like Parfait wasn't in. She pauses and then gives me a wry smile. Seems this partnership is going well. I throw my hands up in anger. He is infuriating. Not as helpful as you thought. I was surprised you were asking for his help in the first place. All I have been doing today is following around Emmeline, and he still finds reasons to snap at me. In his eyes, I can do nothing right, even though I am making an honest effort to break my curse. Delora eyes me as she slides down into a chair. Has he told you anything about his curse? Nothing useful. Delora sighs. Boys can be so secretive about the silliest things. Rod has been aware of how to break his curse from the very beginning. Then why hasn't he broken it? I have no idea. I think the only other person who knows the full terms and conditions of Rod's curse is Parfait. Parfait? Parfait has known Rod for a while. She convinced him to keep coming to the Marchen even after he gave up breaking his curse. Parfait also thinks that working with you will convince Rod to try finding another way to break his curse. Another way? Don't ask me. I don't know much about his curse either. But if you keep trying, you might convince Rod to talk. Oops, oh, that sounded weird. I doubt that very much. It seems that all I am doing is convincing Rod that I do not deserve to break my own curse. Delora looks at me curiously for a moment, then she grins. I have an idea. If it's another terrible idea, oh no, it's one much better. I'll just stick around with you, watch out for you. What? Delora, watch out for me? Oh, she turned into the little dolly. I am surprised that Dolores suddenly stands before me in her doll form. There's no way that you and Rod are going to sort yourselves out without some kind of help, so I'll be tagging along. It's much easier when I'm travel-sized. Well, do I feel like she'll only make things worse? Why do I feel like she'll... Oh, it's... Why do I only feel like she feels... I don't... Whatever, just move on. Come on, then. Dolores somehow manages to jump into the front pocket of my apron, which is thankfully large enough to fit her doll body. Let's go find us a prince and get ourselves back to the palace. Oh, Chapter 4. One step forward. It has been more than a week since Rod and I returned to the Marchen. He has been avoiding me ever since that day. Not that we have much cause to be around each other. Nowadays, I am constantly on my feet preparing for Emmeline's ball. My God, I don't know why I paused there for a second. This is ridiculous. Better to be busy than bored, princess. I stop for a moment to better balance the pile of fabrics that I am carrying. One of the maids has ordered me to bring this to a designated room so that it can be sorted out. I am being reduced to fetching and carrying, and I have made no progress in accomplishing my first good deed. I doubt that simply following orders from the other maids will help me get my first good deed. I feel a shuffling in my pocket, and then notice Delora peeking her porcelain face out. Better to obey rather than disobey, at least. You're not going to get a good deed being stubborn. Anyway, you got to put yourself out there. A bit more, princess. You can't just do whatever is convenient for you. That's not good. Delora has been no help at all. Wait, I recognize this place. Isn't this where your room is? I step in front of the door to my old bedroom. Ever since I came here, I've been ignoring this room, not wanting to see what the king did to it during my absence. Do you want to go in? Why should I? It is not as if it is my room anymore. Oh, you're no fun. Aren't you curious about how it's changed? I would be lying if I said I wasn't. I guess a little peek wouldn't hurt. I step into the room and close the door behind me. It is like stepping into the past. The room is exactly as I left it. It seems completely untouched. I have to say, do these princesses over here in the corner remind you of Disney princesses? Like, that looks like Cinderella. That looks like it may be Tiana, Belle. I guess maybe it's because it's like all different fairy tales. I'm guessing that's what the reason is. Moments later, Delora is standing before me in her human form. It looks like someone's been dusting in here. Strange, considering no one should remember who this room even belongs to. I glance around, eyes wide. Everything looks the same. I put the fabrics that I am carrying down on my bed and make my way to the shelf where my dolls are displayed. My eyes pause on a specific doll. Ooh, it's kind of creepy looking. This one was not here before. Delora raises an eyebrow. Maybe you just don't remember that one because she wasn't very memorable. You do have a lot of dolls, after all. No, I know each of my dolls by name. This one is definitely new. She looks very similar to the dolls I saw in Viorica's shop. I quickly turn at the sound of the doorknob. My eyes move to Delora, but she has already turned into a doll, and tucked herself into a corner of the shelf with the rest of my dolls. Emmeline stands in the doorway, eyeing me curiously. Lucette? What are you doing here? I made a mistake and thought I was supposed to bring these fabrics here. I hope she does not see through my lie. Emmeline shakes her head, smiling. It's not your fault, Lucette. You're still getting used to the palace and its many rooms. I got lost here all the time when I first arrived, too. This room is interesting, though. Father expressly ordered that it be kept clean, but otherwise undisturbed. Why would he say that? He won't say why, but apparently this room is very special to him. Maybe it belonged to someone he cherished. Cherished? What a joke. Still, I cannot help but feel at her suggestion. I don't think Father would like either of us being in here. We should leave soon. I only came here to put a ribbon on one of the dolls. One of the dolls? Yes, I've put one of my dolls here. She walks past me to pick up the doll I did not recognize. I bought this. I know Emmeline always visited Viorica, but I did not think she liked dolls. She always preferred receiving and buying books. So why does she have this doll? Do you like dolls? Well, I mean, I don't mind them, but I don't usually buy them for myself now. So why did you buy this one? Emmeline looks at the doll, with a sad smile, and shakes her head. I'm not sure. I bought it as a gift. I remember that much. I was going to give it to someone who liked dolls, someone I wanted to befriend. I don't know why, but it feels right to leave the doll here until I can remember whom I was meant to give it to. Emmeline is silent for a moment before she turns to me with a bright smile. I know you have a delivery to make, but could you come with me to the palace entrance first? Mother is still busy talking with the cooks, so the fabrics can wait. I resist the urge to glare at her. She better not be dragging me around to do yet more errands. I'm expecting a delivery, and I might need your help. I thought so. I have no choice but to nod. Of course. I am going to leave this here. It seems a little interesting that Daddy King decided to keep our room the way it is. Wonder why that is. Maybe he has a slight memory of her, but he doesn't recall yet? I don't know. Anyway, I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!